When it comes to social media ads, simplicity drives better results. But simple does not always mean it's easy to execute. So today, I'm going to walk you through how you can create simple and effective ads. But beforehand, let me tell you how I came across this powerful blueprint. It wasn't too long ago, just another simple day in the Mind Design's office, when all of a sudden I received a text from one of our clients. In the text, the client wrote, "Can you do this?" with a link to a Facebook ad. I opened the link and this is what I saw. From the first impression, the ad didn't seem that impressive. But when I took a second look at the ad, I saw that it had 2,000 comments and 162 shares. It's almost as if the ad is going viral. This amount of engagement on a Facebook ad is highly extraordinary, which means the ad is very effective. So we used the same concept with our client, made a few tweaks and launched a similar campaign. The results? Well, pretty much for the last 2 years, we've been using the same blueprint whenever tax time comes around. But we didn't stop with that client. We actually used the same blueprint with other clients and received very similar results. And I believe you can achieve the same result by following this video. For this blueprint, by far what makes the biggest difference on the performance on the ads is what you write in this section. But don't worry, we will also cover the visuals very shortly. Now let's go through my 3 rules of creating the best copy. Rule number 1, keep your sentences between 5 to 10 words. You may ask, but why so short? Well, the easier it is to read your copy, the more people will read it. To read longer sentences usually require more effort and more mental load. So we want to keep our messaging to the point. But don't take my word for it. Here is a clear example. What do you think? Which copy would you likely read first? Most users under 2 seconds decide whether to engage with social media posts. So if your sentence is too long, no one will read it. Rule number 2, make sure your copy is contrasting with the background. I don't think I need to explain why, but it's really important that people can read what you write. It's a simple concept, yet not many people follow it. The last rule and most important one is to ensure you have a really good offer. But whatever you do, don't underestimate this part because it's the most important one. It's your opportunity to truly set yourself apart from your competitors and offer something they don't. But there's one more secret to getting even better results. And it's called fear. Fear of missing out, fear of regret, fear of financial loss, fear of health risks. Fear plays a huge role in influencing buyers' behavior, and you can include it in your offer statement. But before you start brainstorming ideas, let's explore a few offers that contain the fear factor. If you're planning a massive product sale, write something like this. Last chance, up to 70% off before it's gone. Buy one, get one free while supplies last. Wild clearance, 50% off before stock runs out. Did you figure out the fee factor in those offers? Let's give a few examples of the service-based businesses. Free consultation, $543 value, avoid financial mistakes. 50% off your first tax return, avoid overpaying the ATO. Switch now and get $200 off, offers end soon. So as you can see, within an offer, you can provide the actual offer you're giving your clients and also introduce some sort of fee factor to it to make it even more powerful. Before we jump into the ad visuals, please show your love if you like this content. And subscribe if you want to get more ideas about how you can drive more sales and leads to your business. Up until now, we discussed how you can write effective copy in your ad. But our copy would be incomplete without great visuals. But which sort of visuals should you be using? Static images or videos? It's a really good question. Both can be very effective, but it really depends on how much you want to communicate with your ad. As the famous saying goes, a picture can say 1,000 words, but a video tells the whole story. If you have more to communicate, a video will be the better option. Let's explore one of our successful static image and video ads so you can get a better understanding. Here's the static image ad. In this webinar campaign, we clearly communicated a single enticing offer in the heading. But without the visual elements of the leaders and their respective institutions, which represent social proof, the ad creatives wouldn't be that effective. Unfortunately, we can only squeeze so much on a static image. But in this example, it was just enough to make the ad really effective for this particular business. The video ad example we're about to cover communicates much more than the previous example we just covered. Here we can see that there's a physical location to the business, the emphasis on customer service, the friendly vibe of the team, and some of the products. As you can see again, choosing between images and videos really depends on how much you want to communicate. But whatever option you decide to go with, keep it simple, try to avoid using too much text, and have high emphasis on your offer. We just covered the essentials of the blueprint, but we are not done yet. Let's cover the other elements that can make or break your ad campaign. I'm talking about the description, the heading, and the CTA button. But I don't want to go to each one of them in detail. That would be a little bit boring. Instead, let's break down what happens when someone sees your ad, so we can better understand how we can leverage these elements. Here is the typical behavior. Within the first second, the viewer is likely to be caught by the visuals, which should clearly illustrate what the ad is promoting or what it's about. Then they will likely direction their attention to your offer. At this point, the viewer might be ready to take action, or they might be looking for additional information. So at this point, if they are ready to take action, your heading should direct them to do so. Like visit the sales page now, or book your free consultation. The CTA button text should be selected to suit the intent. But if you're confused about all the different CTA button options in Facebook, Learn More is pretty universal. If there's additional information you want to cover in your ad, that usually can go in the description. But don't make it overwhelming. Be concise and to the point, and make sure you end your description with a call to action. It can literally be the same call to action you put in your heading or a slight variation of it. We just covered all the visual aspects of your ad. But setting up the campaign is equally as important. We are not going to go through the whole process from A to Z, but I will share with you a short tip list from our ad experts about what you can do to be successful. It also includes which campaign types have been really successful lately for our agency. Point number 1, when you're A/B testing, make sure you're always testing one variable at a time. Many clients previously asked me, how do you set up a typical campaign? Well, I'm going to show you right now. A campaign we launch usually has 2 to 3 ad groups, where we A/B test different audience, and at the ad level, we usually have 3 different ads, where we A/B test a single variable, such as the ad creative, the offer, or heading. Point number 2, avoid creating campaigns that don't show on all devices, which means your ad creatives need to be optimized for both laptops and mobile phones. It's a proven fact that promoting to both devices usually gets you better results and lower costs per conversion. There is a myth in the marketing world where if you only advertise to laptops, people might be more concentrated in that situation and likely make a better decision. That is false. Why? Because advertising on mobile devices has proven time and time again to be highly effective, regardless of your product or service. So always make sure your campaigns are optimized for both mobile and laptops. Point number 3, letting Facebook expand beyond your audience selection can be highly effective for brand awareness. But it doesn't work so well if you're trying to generate leads and sales. Point number 4, one of the best campaign types is the automatic collection of leads on Facebook. This is likely because people trust Facebook more to provide their details in comparison to private landing pages. And also the experience is very intuitive both on laptops and mobile devices. Before you go, if you'd like to get some feedback on the offer you're planning for your campaign, put it in the comments and I can help you by providing some feedback. Remember, it is the most important part of your campaign, so make it count. The use of AI is constantly evolving in the marketing realm. And if you want to stay on top of that and make sure that you are leveraging the best tools and the best advice for marketing, subscribe to our channel and I'll catch you in the next one.